You are listening to Party Nerds Radio.
What's going on, world? This is Grandmaster Faqs.
This is Ralphie J101.
And this is another PartyNerdz exclusive. You may be asking yourself,
Hey Ralph, what you think about that episode? Episode 3 was crazy. It was so entertaining.
the first thing is, okay, we know that there's a doppelganger, or better yet, a variant of Loki by the name of Sylvie. But we also know that the word enchantment tends to ring bells and everything, because there's a character in the Marvel Universe called the Enchantress. It's basically a doppelganger of Loki in female form who is given a surname and is probably going to carry forth the persona of Loki going forth.
Sylvie is the Loki variant that has been basically given all this trouble to the TVA, and they're trying to stop. So we find out that Sylvie, who no longer now associates her name of Loki, is the one that's causing all the trouble. And so in the beginning of the episode, you get to learn a bit of what she is trying to essentially do, which is, again, get to whoever these higher ups is. But she also realizes the person that she basically kidnapped, which is one of the TVA officers, doesn't seem to have any memory of how she basically got there, and refuses to basically give the information to Sylvie. She realizes how clouded their memories are. It just seems as if there's just a blank void, and that these people don't seem to remember.
Everybody that's working for the TVA is a variant. So Mobius, all of the Minutemen that have been walking around, but the thing is, who are they variants of? What carbon copies of possible people on Earth, or better yet, some of your favorite superheroes, are they adapting to be?
Nobody seems to at least understands how they got there, and apparently, the TVA is just filled with a bunch of randoms, but they all have one goal, but they're human, and as I said before, they just don't know how they got there. AKA what I would imagine in the Men in Black when they took that thing and, just kind of go, pew!
Ladies and gentlemen, if you will, look right here.
Memory erase, and this is the thing that you're supposed to be doing. Go ahead and do it. Well, all right.
The third question you should start asking yourself is Renslayer, which is better known in the comics as Ravana Renslayer, which is pretty much Kang's boo. If anybody doesn't know, Kang the Conqueror is carried on as Iron Lad, Kang the Conqueror, and Immortus. This future portion of himself, known as Immortus, was under the tutelage of the Timekeepers, the people of who we are watching this show to begin with in the first place. So when we bring up the fact that there's 3 Timekeepers, and MCU likes to play around with this bullshit a lot. So if there's 3 Timekeepers, maybe each of them is a singular version of Kang the Conqueror, all on its own, even though they're called space lizards, but they can be called anything that they want. Nobody necessarily knows what they look like. They might just be carbon copies of Kang.
Throughout the episode, you got to see a deeper relationship between Sylvie and Loki. You also got to see Loki sing. As well too, and and then there was just a lot of action then afterwards, because that last 15 or 11 minutes, I don't know, it felt like a decent amount of time was just straight action in Armageddon as they were trying to get to this ship that is called the Ark, that is leaving the planet, which they need that energy to put into this time remote control. I'm probably saying it wrong, but it's whatever the capsule is. They need that energy to get off there. And I can tell you guys, it's a roller coaster of left and right. Whole bunch of meteors just dropping all over the place. Like, pew, pew, pew.
The theory that's being brought out there, because time works differently in the TVA, is does the TVA exist within the quantum realm? So then we have Ant-Man 3 Quantumania that's going to come out, and then everybody has seen that theory as to that little town that's inside or town or city that's inside of the quantum realm that Ant-Man was basically flocking to in the beginning when he got Janet Van Dyne out of the quantum realm. Was that the TVA? Does it exist differently in that facet?
So we'll see. So we'll just wait and see till next week. If I had to give a rating for this episode was, I'm gonna do like a 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5 because it's so refreshing and so good to watch a television show that just keeps me involved, and that's what Loki's doing. It's keeping all of us involved.
These first 3 episodes bring forth a lot of questions, and I suspect that the next 3 episodes are pretty much going to ask even more questions. Like, going forward, is Loki going to exist? And how will he exist? If it's even he, it might just be the Enchantress carrying on the timeline. But this is Grandmaster Faqs. Check me out on my podcast, the Faqs Project, and the Party Nerds Podcast.
I'll see you next week, and I am out, signing off for the Party Nerds.
Party Nerds, go.
Party Nerds, 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 Party Nerds.